Maya Angelou. Poet and novelist Dr. Maya Angelou was born at St. Louis, Missouri. Her parents divorced when she was 3, and she and her brother went to live with their grandmother in Stamps, Arkansas. When she was 8, she was raped by her mother's boyfriend. When she revealed what happened, her uncles kicked the culprit to death. Frightened by the power of her own tongue, Angelou chose not to speak for the next 5 years. From this quiet beginning emerged a young woman who sang, danced, and recorded poetry. After moving to San Francisco with her mother and brother in 1940, Angelou began taking dance lessons, eventually auditioning for professional theater. However, her plans were put on hold when she had a son at the age of 16. She moved to San Diego, worked as a nightclub waitress, tangled with drugs and prostitution, and danced in a strip club. Ironically, the strip club saved her career. She was discovered there by a theater group. She auditioned for an international tour of Porgy and Bess and won a role. From 1954 to 55, she toured 22 countries. In 1959, she moved to New York, became friends with prominent Harlem writers, and got involved with the civil rights movement. In 1961, she moved to Egypt with a boyfriend and edited for the Arab Observer. A highly respected spokesperson for the Black, she was one of the first African American women to publicly discuss their personal life, and as such is referred to as a new kind of memoirist. Drawing on themes like identity, family, and racism, the depiction of her experiences forced people of all colors to reflect on race and their privileged, underprivileged status in the American society. After leaving her boyfriend, she headed to Ghana, where a car accident severely injured her son. While caring for him in Ghana, she took a job at the African Review, where she stayed for several years. Her writing and personal development flourished under the African cultural renaissance that was taking place. When she returned to the US, she began publishing her multi-volume autobiography, starting with I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. 4 more volumes appeared during the next 2 decades, as well as several books of poetry. In 1981, Angelou was appointed Professor of American Studies at Wake Forest University in Winston-Salem. She has been awarded over 30 honorary degrees and was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize for her in 1971 volume of poetry. In 1993, she was chosen by Bill Clinton to recite her poem On the Pulse of Morning during his inauguration, an honor last bestowed on Robert Frost in 1961. She has been honored by several universities, literary organizations, government agencies, and special interest groups. Angelou died in May 28, 2014 in North Carolina. She was 86 years old